Hello, class of 2020. So I know that in light of everything that's going on in the world right now, you might not be feeling the kind of acknowledgement that you expected and deserve to receive at this time. And so I'm here as part of Couch Commencement to sit and talk with you. Although I'm not sitting, but I am now. And I'm not on a couch, I'm on cushions because shortly before we were quarantined here in Los Angeles, we moved into a new home and we didn't have time to get furniture before we shut down. So I am sitting on cushions. I have this wonderful side table that's serving as my podium. I have my speech. I got fully dressed for you, shoes included. I have a little clutch, although I am not going anywhere. This is empty and I'm not going anywhere because I'm quarantined, but I felt like you deserve for me to put some real clothes on, so I have, because I wanted to celebrate you and I wanted to honor you and I want to congratulate you. And I want to congratulate you not only for graduating FIT and getting this far with your education, but I also want to congratulate you on getting this far in life, because I know that it's not always easy. You know, some, if not all of you, were born post 9/11, and you were infants and toddlers when the world shifted, when our city, the city of New York, where I'm from and where FIT is, when the city of New York and other cities in this country and the country and the world shifted because of great acts of terror. And we were asked as humans to start operating differently, to move through the world differently. We had to interact differently, and mostly we felt differently. Our sense of security was completely shattered. And it's similar, the feeling, to what we're feeling now with the coronavirus pandemic. And I say all of this only to say that I believe that you were built for this. You're built for this challenge to overcome it. You were born for it to overcome it. And you're wired for it. And often, 9 times out of 10, the greatest opportunities are disguised as the biggest challenges. And I believe that that's where you are now, and that's where we are as a planet. And so my name is Suhailah Yoba, and I'm the chief and founder of the Lanier Group, a company that I founded in 2013, and we are a brand and entertainment marketing company. I am also the founder and creator of AWAKEN THE BRAND, a platform that I launched this year, where I coach influencers, entrepreneurs, and business owners, budding or existing business owners, on purpose, and where I coach them on business development and strategy and marketing. And I want to help people connect their product with their purpose, because I feel like when you feel called to create something, there's a reason for that. And everything that we feel called to create, whether it's a sneaker or a hat or a dress or a phone, there can be purpose in it. And I'm here. I feel like my purpose is to help people uncover that as we move forward in this world, and we need to do so in a kinder and more equitable way in society. So that's what I do. And I've been asked to talk to you today about career and life, and what I attribute, career and life success, and what I attribute it to in my own life. And I will say, without a doubt, I came across this quote a few years ago, and I wish I had it when I was your age, because it's been my guiding principle without me even knowing it. And the quote is, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Now you can replace the pronoun with whichever one you think is appropriate. But for me, I know that that is true in my life, because unlike you, I didn't have the privilege of graduating from college. I ran away from home at the age of 16. I dropped out of college, actually. But before that, I ran away from home at the age of 16. So I had little of what anyone would have called qualifications today or even back then. But I always innately understood, and I always innately knew my own heart, and I knew the power of my own mind and the power of my own thoughts. And I always believed in something greater than myself, even if I didn't know that that's what I was believing in. So what that looks like is when I was praying, when I was dreaming, when I was visualizing, when I was fantasizing, when I was hoping, when I was imagining, when I was creating, I was being called. And I want you to know that you are too whenever you feel those things. And you'll know it, because when you're called at the level of destiny, wild horses wouldn't be able to stop you from taking that next step, even when you don't know what the next one after that is going to be. So for me, this started when I ran away from home at 16. I now call that my first executive decision. So I reconnected with my mother, who had left when I was 4 years old, and I went from living in New York, where I ran away, to Chicago, where she was, to LA in a very short period of time, a few months. I was so behind by the time I got to Los by the time I graduated high school, Fairfax High School, I had to graduate with a high school equivalency. I didn't even know it was a GED. They called the high school equivalency in LA at the time, and I guess that was their fancy word of making it not seem so bad. But I did it. I had the choice to not do it, but I did it. And shortly after, don't ask me how or why, but I was accepted into the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, so FIDM. And at the same time, I got a job as a receptionist at a talent agency in Beverly Hills. And something about that job, even more so than my entry into FIDM, gave me a sense of purpose. And so, in very short order, once again, I dropped out of FIDM. And I also like making a little bit of money, because prior to that, my only two jobs were McDonald's, where I was a fry girl, also in Beverly Hills, and in West Hollywood, where I worked at a yogurt shop, where I used to eat all the sprinkles and all the samples. So this is my first office job, and my first, entry into the business world. I was a receptionist, so I dropped out of FIDM, and at the same time, in addition to both of those things, I felt like I wanted to be a songwriter, because I had so much trauma. I know now it was trauma. I didn't know that it was trauma. I just knew I was in a tremendous amount of emotional pain. So I used to write to express myself and get it out, and they became these beautiful poems. And one day I looked at them and I thought they could be songs. And so I was called to start investigating, how do I get these songs placed with artists, recording artists, and famous singers. And through that process, I discovered the music industry and the many functions of it. So I can say without a doubt that for me, my callings, which was the love of creating something from nothing, which I still like today with brands, but back then it expressed itself, and still now, as writing, and a sense of purpose have always been mine. It's always been my driving force. This sense of something calling me forward and then following that with inspired action, that has led me through my entire life. And over the course of my career, the span of my career has taken me from receptionist, my first job, to my first office job, to chief brand and strategy officer. And I've worked across three different industries: the music industry, the advertising industry, and the TV and film industry. And I've worked at some of the most recognized and respected record labels in the world. I've worked on the biggest brands in the world, and I have worked with some of the most creative individuals in the form of directors and producers who have won Golden Globes and Emmys. And I also have my own company now. Was I qualified for any of this? Absolutely not. I was not qualified for any of it by anyone's standard. Was I called at every step? At every step, without question, I was called. Did I feel capable? As in, did I know that I could do this? If given the chance, or if I could create the chance, I could do this. I absolutely always knew that I was capable. Did I know how I was going to do any of it? Almost never. Almost never did I know how I was going to do any of it. And still, that happens to me. There's times when I just don't know how I'm going to do things. And those are the times I actually like the best. Was I built for it? Absolutely. And so I want you to know that same as me, you're built for it. You're built for whatever you feel called to do next. With your degree that you are leaving FIT with, you are called, whatever you feel called to do next, even after that. Sometimes the first step is not the last step, meaning the first step is only a means to the next step. It's not even the end thing. There's something else greater waiting for you. And I want you to trust that. And I want you to trust that whatever you decide to embark on in this next stage of your life, that it's your calling. And if it feels like it, you'll know that you're calling, and it's divine. And I don't want you to forget your divinity. And so when you do, when all else fails and you don't feel that, and you feel stuck or uncertain or fear, I want you to know, and I want you to remember that you stand as a piece of divinity on this planet. You are wise, you are appropriate, and you deserve to be here. This is your time. Shine your life, shine your light, and congratulations, class of 2020.